live is setting up, which it takes a minute on my end. Come into your body, landing in what it's like to be you right now in your body. Ideally, letting go of whatever came before and whatever's going to come afterwards. Although, while it might be sitting in your body, maybe you can't let go of it. So let go of what you can let go of, soften what you can soften, come into presence with yourself in whatever way you can. And let's see, this is working. Ad block cracks me up. I get ad blocked from my own channel. That's fine. So we're going to land in our bodies. We're going to do breath work. We're going to get down on the floor, roll around. We'll do a little bit of standing stuff. And we're going to do a lymph flush. I feel like there are people around me who are not in the best of health at the moment. And I'm also having allergies. So I want to try and clear some of that. And I have found that in the past, breath work and lymph flush together have been a really strong remedy or helpful body system. So we're going to do the sort of Wim Hof style, a la Tim Vanderfleet. And I'm getting texts from my brother. Come into your body. Yay. Don't get distracted. Yay. Here we are. Yay. Oh, there's Susan. She's not here. Okay, here we go. We're going to go up and down let's go for 15 big breaths. I'm going to use my arms. At the end, we'll take one more big inhale, exhale, then a big inhale, hold for not that long, maybe 20 to 40 seconds. If you can go longer, go longer. If you want to go shorter, go shorter. Just listen to your own body. We're not forcing too much. Here we go. In and out. Five bigger ones. All the way in, all the way out, in and hold. Inner body kind of drawing in and up, outer body relaxing down and out like a torus, T-O-R-U-S. Slow hiss, exhale. Inhale, short hold. Let it go. I was going to say something. That's something I am thinking about with the breath. Yeah, find, if you can, there's squeaky deaky, find the stillness in your experience when you're in the breath hold. So see if you can find the stillness and rest in that place, in the breath hold. Off we go. One more time, same thing. I'm going to back up a little bit. I'm opening my hands on top. So I open and then bring it down and in. You can or can't, up to you, whatever you want to do. Here we go. Five, even bigger. All the way in, all the way out, in and hold. Slow hiss, exhale. Melt and release. Before we do the next set, we're just going to look around. You're just going to take in your space, see what's around you, letting your nervous system down regulate a little. So these breaths are kind of upregulating because we're taking so much in, we're very active. So we want to take in the environment, notice that we're safe, give our brainstem the information that it can soften and melt a little bit. When we look around, slowly taking in the space, that helps us to understand that we're actually safe. All right, so last set, maybe a longer breath hold, maybe not. So it's in the breath hold that, like, see if you can find the stillness. What I'm sort of noticing in there is these little, like, I can feel a lot of pulses, a lot of energy, a lot of movement in my system. It's almost like these little fireworks are going off in my body, like all over the place. So that can happen, but see what is happening in, like, what part of it is in stillness or what part of it is with the stillness. All right, here we go. Last one. Let's just arch and curl on this one. Inhale. Five more. Bigger if possible. Everything in, everything out. In and hold. Relax, draw in and up, melt out and down. Notice the stillness in your experience. Slow his exhale. Inhale, short hold. Soften and release. Little pea pod came in. Her nose was in the corner of the frame for about 1 second. Okay, we're going to do the lymph flush. So rubbing your hands together, getting some energy in there. I'm going to do this standing. Am I? No, I guess I'm going to sit down so I'm in camera, in frame. Starting with your right hand on your left collarbone, clavicle, very gentle, but kind of big movement. I think of my hand kind of like a little tree frog, grippy fingers moving my skin around, not digging deep in, but moving the surface around. So we're getting to that subclavian under your clavicle vein that's drawing the lymph back into the bloodstream and it filters through your body. The node roads coming back to the main sluice gate, not sluice gates, the main gates where it returns. Is it a sluice gate? No, it's a return. Coming up your neck to the angle of the jaw. Very gentle. Again, we're not trying to rip apart the tissue in our body. We want to be soothing and offering a little bit of movement and energy to these lymph nodes and this lymphatic pathway around the angle of the jaw. We're just going to draw that down the sternocleidomastoid, down that big muscle. And then we'll come to the other side. Left hand on the right collarbone. You always want to start with your right hand on your left. That side of your body is doing 3/4 of the lymph filtering on that side. This side is 1/4, but this side is also doing your cisterna-chyli, which is a real big one. So maybe it's balanced. I'm going above and below my collarbone. And then I'm coming up my neck around the angle of the jaw. Gentle. We're going to do the face one also. It's just above your nose, both fingers, above, not above your nose, above your nostrils, right in there. There should be a little indentation. Just circling in there. You can squish up your face, lemon, pumpkin, squish it up. Open it up. This is a really attractive way to look at people. What are you doing? I don't know. Squish, look. And then you're going to take it underneath your cheekbone, really gentle in there. So between that nose part and under here, really gentle. Especially if you feel any like soreness in there. Don't force it, don't smash it. Be gentle, be kind to your own body. And shake it out. 10 little monkeys running through the forest, getting into your hair follicles if you have them. There's even people who don't have hair anymore. I wonder what happens to the follicles. So getting into your skin of your cranium, mobilizing it just a little bit, moving it around. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. I'm just going to bounce because I'm on a physio ball. And then right hand to left collar, not collarbone, left pec lat, right in here. Yeah, you can jump up and down. Just getting movement through your whole body, through your whole system is going to, like, let's say, stir up, agitate, mobilize your lymphatic system and get that flow moving through there. That is a detoxifier of your body. One of the primary immune system ways of clearing out toxins and whatnot. Other side. Armpit, pec. If you ever look on the Google at a lymphatic system, I highly recommend it. You'll see where there's a concentration in different areas. And those are the areas that we're getting into a little bit more so that they can flush out, like we're giving them a little sponge squeeze or a massage flush. Coming in under our, here's my belly button, there's the bottom of my ribs right in the middle. In and up. We did all that diaphragmatic breathing, so hopefully our sister and Kylie got a lot of action during that. But if not, here we go. Feels really good. My favorite. And then we're going to come into the angle of the inguinal fold, not the angle, the inguinal fold between the hips and pubic bone. Getting in there. And then down behind your knees, the eye of the knee. Good. And then just a shake and bounce. Shake and bounce. If it feels okay to actually jump off the floor, do it. Great for your bones to get that rebound with some, not with the total softest landing. Like it's great, like the urban rebounding or the rebounding where you're doing it on a bouncy trouncy trampoline is great, but also having the actual earth under you so that your bones and tissues get that that landing is really good for your bones. If you haven't done much of this and it's too much, then just bounce it. But if you can jump and have a little spring, not a high jump, just a little bounce, bouncy trouncy, bouncy trouncy, great for building your bone density. Let's go with a quick shift your weight to the back heel, twist. Doesn't have to be your biggest twist in your upper body if twisting hurts, but you're shifting, flexing. Easy. I can do this without hardly spiraling my lower back if I want to. But I can also spiral a lot if I really look over my shoulder. So work with what feels good to you. Feels right in your body. Good. And let's take it down to the floor. I have been in the car a lot. I have been pounding the pavement a lot. Went to Ellis Island yesterday with my cousin. We found, my grandma came from Norway through Ellis Island in 1925. So we found her name. It's not on those, it's not on the, there's like a metal structure that has a lot of people's names on it. Not sure how they decide whose names got on that, but it is in the registry that you can look at online. I found her, and I also found Anthony's family. Very interesting. Let's take it down. I was there with my cousin, and like, it was really moving. Like, I was like, oh my God, I'm just going to cry half the day because it's such a It's an intense experience, seeing what people were going through, thinking about that, going from side to side, moving your whole life, and then coming into this island where people are examining you and you don't know what's going on. Anyways, here we are. And I'm spiraling. I'm turning my head away from my legs, but you could do this without spiraling, looking at the ceiling or bringing your head in the same direction. I mean, you're still spiraling a little bit, but you can make it bigger by turning away or not. Coming in for a landing on the earth, letting the energy of the earth, like we just did all that sort of bone work with that bouncing. We did the fluid work with the lymph. We did the breath work with the air. Now we are coming into the earth. And let's come into parallel, feet on the floor, kind of close to your butt. Lift your pelvis up, circles with your hips. We also went and saw the elefantes. There's an elephants exhibit near Gansevoort Street, downtown in the meatpacking district. It's really beautiful. Change direction. They are not alive. They are made out of grasses. They're really beautiful. They're there until like October 14th. So if you are in the city, you might want to check it out. And then come in as high as you can. I changed direction. I don't know if you did. I didn't say it. And take just a little rock forward and backward. Or if you haven't changed direction, change direction now. Let this massage your shoulders. Let your head kind of bobble. Yeah, I got, in my upper trap. I'm going to just move my arms around a little. Keep this massage going. Not a huge, massive, like, it's kind of huge and massive, but maybe it's not for you. I'm going to internally rotate and externally rotate, keeping the roll on my upper trap and out and in, and roll it down, soften down to the ground, come down, hands on your knees, big circles with your legs, relaxing your lower back, relaxing your hips. If you want to make a little more out of this, you can bring your head up as your knees move forward. So listening into your own body, if your body tells you, oh, do it this way or try that, try it, see what happens. Change direction, other way. And then take it into a happy baby. So greasing up your hips, opening up, wiggling. So women especially are prone to osteoporosis, and we want to make sure that we're getting enough food to feed our body and especially to feed our bones. But we also want to make sure we're getting enough movement and impact to strengthen our bones. So like the impact is like those landing, jumping and landing. I wouldn't want to do it on concrete or on cement unless I had sneakers on, but on a wood floor with bare feet, great. Let's open the feet wider than the sticky mat, internally rotate one leg at a time. Yeah, jumping on cement, jumping on concrete, if you are barefoot, is going to be a lot harder on your body. It has less give. But if you have sneakers on, it's probably okay. Letting this spiral. I'm turning my head again away, so I'm getting a bit more of a spiral in my body. You don't have to do that, but you can. It's up to you. Listen in. And then coming in, and let's grab the ball. If you have a weight, grab a weight. Where is it? There it is. I also have like a 10-pound weight. I could try this with a 10-pound weight, see how that goes. You could do it with a 1-pound weight, a 2-pound weight, a 3-pound weight, a 5-pound weight. I'm first going to go with a 10-pound weight. Maybe it's heavy. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to hold it in 2 hands and I'm going to circle it around my body. Inhaling open, exhaling as I come up. And change direction after you've done it a few times. I'm going to change hands that are on top. Good. And come in. Put down your weight. You're going to take your hands on your shoulders and you're going to make circles. Elbows trying to touch together, and then like you're cleaning the floor with your arm. So elbows together, circling out. Elbows together, circling the bone in the joint. Change direction. Your humerus in that ball and socket joint of your rotator cuff of your shoulder girdle. Good. And then let's change the exercise. Let's go for the leg circles, which I love. I feel like, yes, that's going to be in the way. Gonna scooch down and over a little bit, legs up, opening out, take it down, big or small. Work in a size that feels good in your body. I'm gonna flex up and point down. Flexing up, pointing down. I often do that in the reverse, pointing up and flexing down, but today, flexing up. I'm going to take it a little further, rolling through my spine. You can, if you want to, take it up, control it down. So I was working on choreography with Georgina the other day to do this 80s party that we're doing. It's not our party, it's somebody else's party. We're being hired to do it. And we ended up, watching some 80s movie stuff. And you have to look this up because it's like, oh my God, it's hilarious. And maybe some of you have seen it. It's a movie, I think it's called Perfect. John Travolta and Jamie Lee Curtis in this like exercise scene. We were dying laughing. It was so funny. If you get a chance to look at that, look at it. It's so ridiculous. John Travolta's little shorts and his like thrusting hip movements, and Jamie Lee Curtis's like leotard. The whole thing is hilarious. All right, if you get a chance, look it up. It's on YouTube. Surprise, surprise. Bending your knees as much as you want to, as little as you want to. I like to start with them fairly bent to get a couple of these in before I straighten out. Using your arms to push the floor away. Last one. Bring it in. Exercise class in the 80s was a little different than it is today. It's super funny. I don't think I haven't seen the movie, so I have only seen that scene, and that was enough. Let's flip over onto hands and knees and do some pelvic thrusts. Just kidding. But we are going to do some spinal arching and curling, which could look like pelvic thrusts to some people. Curling your toes under, stick out your butt, arch, bend your elbows slightly. You can kind of pull on your mat and then push, scoop, round, hollow, curl. Bend and arch. Yeah, there's like nothing subtle in any way about that movement, that their expressions in the scene. It's so so funny. And then come into center And let's take one hand directly underneath you. The other hand is going to swim back. So you're going to do a big arm circle up in the air, swimming back and up. And then change direction. Like you're saying, come on. Nice movement through your rotator cuff and scapula. Switch it to the other side. Hand comes into the middle. 3 circles back. 1, 2, 3. Letting your body open up. 3 circles forward. 1, 2, 3. Coming first hand in, you're going to turn your body sideways and you're going to circle toward the floor. 1, 2, 3. Change direction. 1, 2, 3. Reach your top hand to the ceiling. Shift your weight towards your foot, and you're going to come up and over your leg, and then open it out and take it down toward the floor, coming up over your leg, lengthen, take it down, up, side stretch, open, reach it out, up, side stretch, open, reach it out. One more, up, side stretch, open, take it down, bring it in, switch it to the other side, other hand, move your leg, coming into the circles here, 3 circles in one direction, 3 circles the other way, breathing, and then you're going to come all the way up, side stretch, open, take it down, and up, stretch, open, down, up, sideways, open, down, up, sideways. We're going to do just one more on this side. I think I did 5 on the other side. I think we're doing 6 on this side. It just feels like my body needs it. And let's come back and relax for a second. Circle your palms in and then out. So you're basically making a figure 8. Hands are circling in, then they're circling out. In and out, in and out, in and out. Think of leading the way with the tips of your fingers and thumb. And open, in and out, and in and out. Forearms onto the floor. I'm going to turn towards you so you can see this. I'm putting weight on my forearms. I'm going to open, make a fist, open, press my hands up, open. I'm pushing some weight into my forearms. Up. This is the I text too much recuperation move, or too much typing. Last one. And then take it into a forearm plank, reaching your legs out behind you, push forward and backward, head forward, heels back. Come into center, one knee to the floor at a time. Let's go parallel first for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's flip the arms up so they're facing up. Internal rotation. 1, 2. You can even make a fist. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take it down to the floor. Let's go with baby cobra. Hands are coming up with you. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hands connect to the floor. You're going to do a baby cobra circle with your head circling around. 3 or 4. Oh, let's go with 3. 3 in one direction. And then the other way. Arch all the way up. Sink into your shoulders and push. Sink and push. Sink and push. Sink and push. Bend your knees. Release your legs, take it down. Coming up again, bend your knees and release it down. Last one. Up, bend, take it back into a child's pose. Breathe and relax. Big breathing like you're a bubble. Whole bubble getting bigger on the inhale, smaller on the exhale. Finding this quality of growing and shrinking with the breath. So as you inhale, your whole body expands. As you exhale, you come back into yourself. Exaggerate the breath, massaging your organs, creating space in your spine, room inside your body for your nervous system. Breathing, melting, letting go. And then let's come forward onto our elbows and knees. You're going to take one leg out behind you. You're going to lift it up, carry it to the side. You can straighten that arm, lower it down, lift it up, take it behind you and lower. Change to the other side. Reach it back up to the side, come down to the side, reach it up and lower. Back. Carry it to the side, lower, up. And I am straightening that arm so that my body moves enough so that my leg can go somewhere. Other side, up, out, down, up, to the ceiling, lower, up, sideways, lower. I am alternating sides, just in case you weren't paying that much attention. I am alternating sides, alternate sides. Really working on the integrity of that hip socket. And that's our last one. We're going to do hip circles. Walk your knees back, hands forward, circling your hips. Reach through your tail, and then let your pubic bone come towards the mat. It doesn't have to touch down. That's circling your pelvis. Mobilizing your femur heads, your thigh bones in that hip socket, and change direction, go the other way. Good. And let's take it into, I'm going to do a regular push-up. So I'm going to do push-up. I think I'm going to do a regular push-up into a side plank. You can do this with your knees. Can you do it with your knees on the floor? Let's find out. If you do it with your knees on the floor, it would be push-up. It's not that comfortable with your knees on the floor. So if you do the knees on the floor, do the push-up, pop your knees up and come into the side plank. Lower down. Oops, I'm doing tricep push-ups. What I want to do is do open push-up. More pec. I wouldn't go deeper than a 90-degree angle in your elbows. I'm going to put my knees on the floor for these ones. Two more. And relax. You don't have to sit on your knees, but if you can, great. Interlace your hands, hold them out. Palms out, palms in, palms out, palms in, palms out and in and out. Over your head, push up, a little bit of movement, rib cage, lungs, and heart. And then circling over your head. Breathing, mobilizing, sweating if possible. Change direction. Open your arms out to the side, internally rotate, externally rotate, internally rotate, externally rotate, internal one side, then the other. Turn your head toward the palm that's opening to the ceiling. Welcome to jazz class. We will be walking forward with this maneuver. Good. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Take your hands. We're just going to do another release for our forearms. You're going to take your hand as if you are putting on a glove. This hand is squeezing around, just drawing on the glove. Pull up and away, up and away. Keep putting the glove on. I keep moving my hand slightly so that I'm getting into the different tissue in there. Do the same thing on the other hand. Put on the glove that's not very easy to get on. Then we're going to do another thing. So back to the first hand. You're going to take your hand around your wrist. Then you're going to internally and externally rotate this inside hand. It's like you're wringing out your arm, in and out. Then take it back down, same thing. So now we're bringing the way we pulled on the glove, we're kind of taking off the glove with this spiraling movement. I'm going to go all the way into my hand and shake it out. They feel very different now. Try it on the other side. Rotate in and out with the bottom, or with the arm that is being held, spiraling. Bottom arm is squeezing in. You figure out how much you have to do this, how hard you have to do it. Very light might be enough. And then take it back down from the elbow to your wrist. You want the tissue to have the chance to spiral one way and then the other. Oh, yeah. So I've got a lot of stuff going on in both wrists right now. It's not really that bad, but I would like them to be stronger and to feel better. And I've had a lot of students, I'm teaching in-person classes on Wednesday nights up in upstate. And I have a lot of students saying, I feel completely disconnected, my two sides of my body from too much time on my phone. So like now that we're spending so much time, and I just don't think there's anyone out there, with the exception of Anthony, who doesn't spend a lot of time on their phones, right? It's too much. It's too much for our hands to be in this little teeny internal space. We want to open it back out. We want to make sure that that tissue has more fluidity and fluency. All right, what are we doing next? We're getting there. Let's do some side plank with an arching curl. So you're going to come back onto bent knee, forearm, reaching into the back space, bringing it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Head, tail, arching curl. 8, 9, 10. Swing it around to the other side. Mobility training, getting from one side to the other, moving your body around. Are you going to kick anything? No. Up and down. 1, 2, arching back. 3, 4, use your breath. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and come down. Rolling across your butt from side to side. Rolling just gently at first. Maybe gently the whole time, but especially at first, like letting this massage out your tissue. You can also stay on one side and kind of mobilize around. Same thing on the other side. Oh. And then go back and forth. If you need to stay for longer on either butt cheek, go for it. And we're going to circle up. Take it to the, see if you can come up onto your knees and then take it back down. So you're going to circle your arm, knees. You're just coming up. You have your hands there. If this hurts your knees, don't do it. But if you're okay, get your pelvis up off the floor. And if that feels okay, you can circle the top arm and not put it down on the floor. Two more. Last one. Good. And then we're going to cross over. So let me do it this way. You are going to bend your knee, cross your leg over, take your butt up to the ceiling, and then fold yourself back down the way you came up. Bend your knee, cross over, butt to the ceiling, hands to the floor, take it down. Bend. If you feel like it, you could come all the way up to stand, fold yourself down. Getting up and down from the floor is a skill and a agility, mobility training that we want to be able to do in multiple different ways, right? Oh, I'm falling. Oh, I'm getting back up, right? Finding ways to connect to the floor and come back up. All right, that's enough of that. Let's just do a hip stretch. Oh my God, I'm getting exercise. I'm breathing. The hip stretch is going to be very gentle at first. You're going to cross one ankle over the other knee and just let it fall from side to side. So take out as much tension and effort as possible and make this easy, leg falling from one side to the other, massaging through a little higher on your hips and butt. Breathing into it. Big sigh. Let go. Soften. Exhale. Sometimes we need a little more in-breath. Sometimes we need to let go a little more, a little bigger exhale. All right, bringing it in, we're going to pick up that bottom leg. You can take it in here, figure 4, or you can go for the straight leg. Make it work for you. Breathe into it. Surrender into the floor. Release it, shake out both legs, and lower down. Other leg crosses. Gentle twist, letting your legs just fall effortlessly from side to side. And think of making the flow of your movement really even. So it's just gently going from side to side, like a wave, really gentle wave coming in and going back out. Relax your gut body, relax your back, relax your heart, soften your heart. Let your blood flow. We're going to do one more thing before we end. We'll do it on the floor, taking your knee in. One more really somatic exercise, and also for health and vitality. Breathe into it. Melt. Good. And then come down. We're going to do this hum. I'm not sure, probably the earbuds are going to pick it up for a second and then it'll go out. So I'm going to let my tongue kind of undulate on the roof of my mouth, and I'm going to hum. The hum is going to last however long it lasts, and then I'm going to inhale back through my nose, and then I'll do it again. Or I could take resting breaths and then do it again. This type of thing is great for your vagus nerve, which is a down regulator. Let all the work you've just done process through your body by down regulating. Process food, digest your life, digest the work. Let your body assimilate what you're doing, the benefits of the work you're doing. So it produces nitric oxide, the molecule of the year in 1992. It is a vasodilator, which means it opens up your blood system. So that means that the blood can move more easily. And it's a antifungal, antiviral, antibacterial. It does all this wonderful thing. So really all of this is immune system boosting. We are going to let the tongue undulate, might create some overtones so you're not locking up your mouth. Jaw is soft. Doing the hum, maybe you've already started, just for a couple of minutes. let your body relax into the floor as much as possible on the hum, just melting down, softening, letting go. Mm. Resting breaths whenever you need them. So we're not forcing anything into our body. It should feel good. Last one. Mm. Just give your body a little shake, let it go. A little bit of rolling from side to side before you get up. This, if you have issues with your back, just really gently, really slowly rolling from side to side. This can help soften that tissue, rehydrate things, let the movement in your body and the compression relax and rehydrate that tissue in your back. So if it's like your shoulders, your lower back, your hips, just taking your time. I would go even slower than this. Like if I was really injured, put on some really slow music, preferably with no lyrics and no like associations, and melt on the floor. All right, that is it for today. That is our breathing. If you made it through, oops, I'm pressing buttons. Weird stuff is happening on my computer. If you made it through, bravo. In the future, in the past, whenever that happens. And let me end the live stream. Thank you so much. Also, I am going to be starting a movement for meditators, embodiment and flow course. It starts on October 8th, 2024. You can find it on my website, lauravward.com, if you want to join. It's a 10-week on Tuesdays, East Coast time, 5